Have you ever wondered how a Pepsi is made before it reaches your hands? Behind every bottle or can lies an impressive production process that combines precision technology, strict quality controls, and a formula so secret that only a handful of people in the world know it completely. The journey to the Pepsi plant in Denver, United States, reveals step by step how pure water and an exclusive concentrate are transformed into one of the most popular and recognized beverages on the planet. Pepsi's history dates back to the year 1893, when Caleb Bradham, a pharmacist from North Carolina, developed a drink he initially called Brad's Drink. In its early days, it wasn't sold as a soft drink, but as a tonic to aid digestion and relieve stomach discomfort. Its recipe included water, sugar, cola nut, and caffeine. The flavor caught the attention of his pharmacy customers, and the success was so quick that Bradham decided to rename it Pepsi Cola in 1898, aiming to project it as a revitalizing and energetic beverage. Contrary to what many believe, Pepsi was not created to imitate Coca-Cola. Both were born at a time when it was common for pharmacists to experiment with mixtures and tonics, but Pepsi developed its own personality. From its beginnings, it stood out for its formula, its marketing approach, and its way of positioning itself in the market. While Coca-Cola consolidated itself with a more traditional image, Pepsi presented itself as a youthful, dynamic, and daring option. Its innovative advertising campaigns and formula adaptations over the decades have allowed it to remain one of the most consumed soft drinks in the world. Water is not just another component, but the fundamental pillar that supports the entire flavor experience. It represents about 94% of the beverage, which means its quality directly determines the freshness, texture, and final profile that the consumer perceives in every sip. For that reason, the production plant in Denver obtains this resource only from underground wells located more than 250 meters deep, a level that ensures a naturally protected supply from external contaminants and with a stable mineral composition. However, extraction is only the beginning of a careful process. Once the water reaches the plant, it undergoes a series of treatments designed to achieve an exceptional level of purity. First, it passes through filtration systems that remove visible particles and physical impurities, including sediments and mineral residues that could alter the taste or appearance of the product. Then, it goes through a reverse osmosis system, a technology capable of removing salts, unwanted minerals, and dissolved chemical compounds that could affect the stability and consistency of the beverage. As an additional step, a treatment with ultraviolet light is applied, whose purpose is to destroy bacteria, viruses, and other microorganisms without adding chemicals to the water. This method is highly effective and is used in combination with microbiological analyses to ensure that the liquid is completely free of agents that could compromise its safety or quality. Throughout this procedure, specialized engineers and technicians carry out constant measurements, controlling parameters such as pH, conductivity, and temperature, to ensure that the water meets international food quality standards. This continuous monitoring is crucial since even the slightest variation in purity could alter the flavor profile that makes Pepsi recognizable anywhere in the world. Only when the water reaches the optimal quality level is it allowed to move on to the next stage, where it will be mixed with the secret concentrate that contains the essence of the brand. Pepsi is one of the greatest enigmas of the beverage industry and has been protected for over a century with a level of security comparable to that of the world's most valuable secrets. It is not simply a list of ingredients, but an exact balance of quantities, processes, and times that, combined, result in the characteristic flavor that millions of people recognize at the first sip. It is estimated that only 3 production plants in the entire world have full access to the original composition, and that it is safeguarded under strict protocols, stored in restricted access locations under permanent surveillance. Even within these facilities, very few people know all the details, ensuring that the secret cannot be reproduced in its entirety outside authorized operations. Although the exact formula remains confidential, independent research, historical patents, and some leaked data have made it possible to identify certain components that form part of its essence. Among them are sugar, which provides the distinctive sweetness and balances the acidic notes. Citric acid, which adds freshness and a slightly acidic touch that enhances the flavor experience. Caramel, responsible for that deep, shiny brown color and also contributes to a velvety mouthfeel. Phosphoric acid, which intensifies the acidic profile and reinforces the characteristic fizzy sensation. Caffeine, which not only acts as a stimulant but also enhances the overall perception of flavor. This concentrate is not produced just anywhere, but in specific plants such as the one in Cork, Ireland, which produces carefully controlled batches and distributes them to various Pepsi bottlers around the world. From there, the concentrate travels under strict temperature and security controls to ensure that its quality is not compromised. In the sugar-free versions, traditional sugar is replaced by low or zero-calorie sweeteners, carefully selected to mimic the original sweetness without altering the flavor profile that defines the brand. In addition, preservatives and antioxidants are added to extend the product's shelf life, ensuring that it retains its vibrant color, aroma, and freshness from the moment it leaves the factory until it reaches the consumer's hands. Once the concentrate is finished and verified, it is ready to move on to the next stage of the process, its union with the previously treated and purified water, thus beginning the transformation of a carefully guarded list of ingredients into the globally recognized beverage we all know as Pepsi. At the Pepsi plant, the mixing phase is pure precision. Huge stainless steel tanks receive the previously purified water and the secret concentrate in millimetric proportions, because even a slight variation could alter the iconic flavor. Once the mixture is combined, the most exciting moment arrives: carbonation, where pressurized carbon dioxide, CO2, is injected to create that irresistible effervescence that awakens the palate and at the same time acts as a natural preservative to keep the freshness intact. Sophisticated machines distribute the gas evenly, ensuring that every bottle and can has the same intensity of bubbles. And when the drink is perfectly carbonated, it immediately moves on to the filling lines, ready to be transformed into the soft drink that millions enjoy worldwide. The filling process in Pepsi production is one of the most meticulous and precise stages of the entire manufacturing line, since it determines not only the exact amount of product each container receives, but also the preservation of carbonation and the beverage's characteristic flavor. At the plant, the production lines are designed to work at high speed without sacrificing accuracy, capable of filling up to 36,000 plastic bottles in a single day, in addition to thousands of aluminum cans processed in parallel. Every bottle and can passes through an automated system that controls to the millimeter the volume of liquid introduced. This filling must be carried out in such a way that the presence of air inside is minimized, since even small air bubbles can affect internal pressure and, over time, cause the loss of gas. Keeping carbonation intact is key for the consumer to enjoy that refreshing, fizzy sensation in every sip. Once the filling is complete, the containers move on to the sealing machines, where bottles receive their caps and cans their pull tabs. This sealing is performed with strength and air tightness to prevent any carbon dioxide leakage, thus protecting the product's freshness from the moment it leaves the plant until it reaches the customer's hands. This step not only ensures that the gas and flavor remain intact, but also prevents external contamination, protecting the beverage from agents that could alter its quality. With the containers perfectly sealed, production does not move immediately to distribution. Before that, a rigorous quality control is carried out to verify that each unit meets the required standards, ensuring that what reaches the market is in optimal condition for consumption. At Pepsi, quality control is a critical stage and is carried out with absolute rigor. Once the containers are filled, random samples are taken directly to laboratories equipped with state-of-the-art technology, where CO2 levels are precisely measured to ensure perfect effervescence. The sugar or sweetener content is analyzed to confirm that the recipe is exact. Microbiological tests are performed to rule out the presence of bacteria or contaminants, and the color and transparency of the liquid are thoroughly checked. If any value is outside the standard, production is immediately halted to correct any detail, thus guaranteeing that every bottle and can always retains the same flavor, freshness, and quality, no matter where in the world it was produced. Once the product has passed all quality controls and has been approved for commercialization, The final stage of the production process begins, labeling. In this phase, every bottle and can passes through a high-speed machine that places the label with absolute precision, ensuring that the Pepsi logo appears perfectly aligned and visible. In addition to the brand's characteristic design, the label includes detailed nutritional information, the list of ingredients and mandatory data such as the exact production date, batch number, and, in some cases, traceability codes that make it possible to know the product's journey from the factory to the point of sale. Once labeled, the containers are organized according to their format. Bottles are usually grouped into packs wrapped in shrink plastic film or placed in cardboard boxes, while cans are stacked on trays and wrapped for protection. These packages are carefully arranged on standardized pallets, optimizing space to facilitate transport and reduce the risk of damage during transit. Pepsi's logistics are designed to move millions of units every day. The pallets are transported from the production plant to strategically located distribution centers. From there, a coordinated network of trucks, ships, and, in some cases, air transport ensures that the product reaches supermarkets, convenience stores, restaurants, and vending machines in more than 200 countries. One of the most impressive aspects of this stage is the speed. In less than 24 hours after a bottle is filled and sealed, it can be on a shelf ready to be purchased by the consumer. This efficiency is due to the combination of advanced technology, logistical planning, and a global supply chain that works in sync. Thanks to this system, the Pepsi you buy in your city is exactly the same as the one you could purchase anywhere else in the world, with the same taste, the same freshness, and the same quality. Behind every bottle lies more than a century of history, technological innovation, and an unbreakable commitment to excellence, ensuring that every sip maintains the spirit of a brand that has conquered generations. Behind every bottle of Pepsi, there is a process that combines tradition, technology, and precision. From the selection of water and the creation of its secret formula to the quality control and logistics that bring it to millions of people worldwide. A journey that ensures that, no matter where you buy it, you always enjoy the same taste, freshness, and fizz that have made it one of the most recognized and consumed soft drinks on the planet.